yo. CMPRadio.net, man. You already know it's your boy Uncle P. And yeah, man. I didn't really I didn't put up the businesses, right, in the area because that support the radio station because I don't want anybody to feel like they can't I put it like this. I don't want to feel like I can't say what I want to say um, about the election and all that's going on. Now, this is not nowhere near a show to condemn or put anybody down, or I'm not doing any of that, right? I'm just talking about who's running, right? And is it important? Absolutely. I think every election that takes place in our community, in our country, is important, right? My grandma used to tell me about a time when voting was life or death, when people died going to vote, scare tactics, when people intimidated other people going to vote. Um, Chester, Chester is a community that has had um, many mayors, right? Many mayors, and not being someone who has really done the research, I want to say from 1906 to 1992 was all Republican mayors, right? So it was a machine built there. Then in 1992, Barbara Bohannon Shepherd became mayor. After that, it went to Aaron Wilson, then Pileggi, then Wendell Butler for 10 years, and then John Linder in 2012. Then Thaddeus Kirkland for 8 years, and then now currently we have Stefan Roots. So the city was ran by the Republicans for years, for eons, you can say, almost almost 100 years, right? From 1906 to 1992. Yep. So 86 years. In those 86 years, a lot of businesses were started, a lot of money was made, but a lot of other counties, cities, municipalities were created. Again, 1906 to 1992. So when we have people that don't realize how powerful they are, they tend to knock other people down for talking about uplifting their community or moving their community forward, or just the mindsets. We have tons of mindsets in the community, and I love everybody in the community, right? I love you because God gave you strength to be here. He gave you the breath, the purpose that's in you. So, because of that, I love you, right? And I don't have no beef with anybody. But I do want to say sometimes it's time for people to be held accountable. Sometimes it's time for someone to sit down. Sometimes it's time for other people to stand up. So we're about to talk about the people that are running on the ballot. The ballot is here, and we're going to break down all of the positions that are available, and we're going to give you a little, if there was any to get, right, from researching and looking people up to find out, who is who and who is running for what and what do they plan to do in that seat. So let's start with the judges, right? So right here we have the judge of Superior Court. Now, For those that don't know what the judge of Superior Court should and can do, um, the judge of Superior Court is a 10-year term. What they do, the Superior Court is one of Pennsylvania's two statewide intermediate appellate courts. These judges review major criminal and civil cases that come from county courts to ensure the law was properly applied and fairly applied. Their rulings can set precedents for the entire state. So candidates are Brandon Newman, he's a Democrat, Maria Batista, she's a Republican, and Daniel Wasmer, liberal, right? So then I go looking like, who are these people? So Brandon Newman is a Washington County judge. He's an ex-state representative. Campaign themes are fair, impartial, and experienced. Highly recommended by the PA Bar's Judicial Evaluation Commission. Maria Batista is a former assistant DA, past counsel in the PA Health and State Departments, and emphasizes accountability and transparency in courts. Uh, Daniel Wasmer is a liberal, attorney and longtime college instructor, public post-stress civil liberties, justice system reform, and regulatory reform. Now, when you're voting for a superior court, you can only vote for one, right? So one of these three will win, right? And it's important that you research, right? I do this whenever, I want to know who they are, right? Because I don't know. I just know their name. I don't know who they are, what they stand for. So I go looking every election to find out who these people are and whether or not they speak to me, whether or not a person is speaking towards change, whether or not a person is speaking towards equality, the things that I need. You feel me? Like the things that I specifically need. Are you speaking to that? Right? So, I'm not going to tell anybody, and that's one thing I'm not going to do here. I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. I'm just giving you some information so you can do your own research to go find out exactly who you want to vote for. Right? So this is Judge of Superior Court. And like I said, the Superior Court is important. Appellate, this is appeals, right? When you go and you get sentenced to a bunch of years and you try to get an appeal court, right? They send this up to Superior Court, and Superior Court handles it, right? This is what I'm thinking, right? So, let's try to stay on point with that. All right. Then we have the Judge of Commonwealth Court. The Judge of Commonwealth Court, who is that's two. You vote for one, right? We have I'm gonna mess this name up, but Stella Sy, Democratic, right? The Philadelphia Common Pleas Judge since 2016. Her themes are fairness, integrity, deep trial, appellate experience, highly recommended, right? And then we have Matt Wolford, former Erie County DA, a GOP nominee, issues typically framed around public safety and limited government in reporting. Right. So, the Judge of Commonwealth Court, this court handles cases involving state and local government agencies, things like election disputes, zoning appeals, and public employee issues. Commonwealth Court judges make decisions that impact how the state laws are carried out. How the state laws are carried out, right? So we gotta make sure we understand what is happening when we're voting for people, right? Get a little bit more information as to how things work, and why they work the way they do, right? Now, I am in no shape, no form, as the radio station owner, um, highlighting or commenting or saying anything about anyone in particular. I'm not moving you to vote in one way or another. It's up to you how you vote, right? Just understand, like, things don't happen if you don't vote. I need you to understand that. It's no need in voting. Nothing never changes. Well, nothing never changes because we're not unified in the way we vote. PAC, Chestorians. Back in 2020, me, Brian Warren, Charles Thompson, um, Kenny Covert, Nasir, we were trying to begin to start a pact, right? As a pact is a group of people who support a thing happening, right? In elections. How can we make things happen if we don't have a pact? How can these people come and talk to us if we don't know what we want, if we don't know what we see, if we don't know how we feel, right? So, we can't be in 30 different rooms at the same time, right? So we have to have a pact where all those 30 rooms come to us and say, all right, yeah, listen, this is what we need in Chester. This is what we have too much of. This is what we don't have enough of. This is what we see. And this is how we want to go about handling that. Then you make sure you vote according to that pact. All right, this person speaks for us. This person speaks for us. This person speaks for us. That person doesn't. That person doesn't. So we don't vote for that person. So you have to change the way people view you in order to change the way your country works, if that makes sense. I know it does, but to some it might not, right? I'm not saying kiss anybody's behind. I'm not saying run behind people and try to get people. I'm saying create a pact, have some unity, come together, and then you can get your leadership to look how you want it to look, right? So then we go on in the judge of Delaware County, right? The judge of County Court of Common Pleas, right? Media. Um, we have four, and we can vote for two. All right. So we got Jack Stolzheimer, a Democrat. Mike Power, he's a Democrat. Dominic Spag- Spagarli, Spagarli, right? Republican, and Frank Zarilli. Right. So Jack Stolzheimer is a current Delaware County. He is a current Delaware County District Attorney. He's a career prosecutor and former assistant U.S. attorney. Um, Priorities in public service, gun violence reduction, fair prosecution, and justice reform. I know Jack personally. I know Jack cares about the city. I know Jack is very concerned with public safety, gun violence. I know there are some other things that people feel some type way about. Sometimes you can be disappointed, right? That's just life, bro. You can't please everyone, right? But the things that he has done in the community with CPSN, the things that he has done in the community with holding holding people accountable is commendable. So I give him his flowers, right? Again, it's up to you who you want to vote for, though. You can vote for two: Jack, Mike, Dominic, or Frank. Right? Pick two. County level offices. We have county council, 4-year term. So county council is a 4-year term, and I'm trying to find that. I don't think I had that one up here. Right, so I got to get that one. Sorry, I apologize. Ah, I don't even have that one up here. I wonder why I don't have that one up here. That was my fault. I apologize. Oh, there it is. Take a couple seconds for that to pop back up. That's what happens, right? Please bear with me. I'm apologizing. Right? Sorry. Right. Yeah. So there we go. All right. All right. Joan Phillips. This is for the county council, right? The county council governs Delaware County. They oversee budgets, public safety, parks, health services, and other county programs. They decide how county tax dollars are spent, right? The candidates, you can vote for not more than two, right? So we have Joan Phillips, she's a Democrat. Richard Womack, he's a Democrat. Liz Piazza, is a Republican. And Brian Burke, he's a Republican, right? I'm not knocking nobody for what party they're about, right? I'm all about, are you helping us? Are you trying to help the community? right? We're broken up into two parties, Republican, Democrat, then we got liberals, we got the Green Party, we got all these parties. And honestly, what really speaks for you is what speaks for you, right? It's a personal. It's like my grandma always said: don't discuss religion, politics, or sports. It's personal. It's all up to you. It's all up to you what you like, right? So, but that doesn't mean we have to fight each other. That doesn't mean we have to talk about each other just because we agree with different people, right? You It's something you see that you like, so go ahead, do your thing. It's not about you're not gonna change nobody else's feelings, bro. Like literally, like they're gonna feel how they feel, and they're not gonna change. But and this for Delaware County Council, Joan Phillips, Richard Womack. I know Mr. Womack, very good guy. You feel me? And so I'm in support of him. Joan Phillips, I don't really know too much about her. I'll say I met Brian a couple times. Haven't really had any conversations, but he's a good guy. But it's all about how you view things, how things work for you. The breakdown on them is Joan Phillips, a former two-term county controller, attorney at Ballard Spahr, and themes: fiscal oversight, good government, real estate, and finance expertise. Right, Richard Womack, incumbent council vice chair, longtime labor civil rights leader, the AFL-CIO, focus workers' rights, community investment, and public services. Liz Piazza, that's like the catcher. Yeah. Oh, okay. Court of Common Pleas, family law caseworker, GOP council nominee, um, changing county direction and accountability. Brian Burke, GOP nominee, public statement, um, attack Dem, tax and spend, pledging to rein in spending and taxes. Um, Again, and just blame me, okay? Because I wanted to come up here and give you good information about how the county has moved things forward, how things have been moving, and it's been a little difficult with everything I have to deal with. But I will say that yeah, we need proper representation in these offices to rein in the spending, to stop the tax. But you can't stop taxes. Like so, if the price of bread goes up, the price of taxes is gonna go up, right? The price of water goes up, everything moves forward. So it doesn't move backwards. So you can only vote for two, and do your due diligence in understanding who these people are. County controller, a 4-year term. What does the county controller do? The county controller is the chief's financial watchdog. Is the county's chief financial watchdog. They audit spending, review contracts, and make sure taxpayer dollars are used legally and efficiently. Candidates are Louis F. Rosenthal, Democrat, and Tommy Feldman, Republican. Right. So who are they? Tommy Feldman campaign. I mean, the Rosenthal campaign, financial integrity, transparency, auditing, efficiency, uh, build on progress. Tommy Feldman, Young Republicans leader, platform, hold council accountable, and end the spend. So we're trying to end the spend. You can only vote for one, and then we get into register of wills, right? This office manages wills and estates and inheritance documents. When someone passes away, the register of wills also issues marriage licenses in Delaware County. So the candidates are, here we go, right? I'm just like I never went to school because I can't read, right? But Vincent Rongion, right? You can fix that if you want to change that, right? He's a Democrat, and Megan Wagner, Republican. Um, Ron Gioni, Ron Gioni, maybe that's it, right? I don't know. Anyway, let's get some feedback on them, right? Vincent is an incumbent registrar, right, appointed in 2024. Background attorney, former Upper Darby CAO. OP, what's a CAO? Okay, what's a CAO? A CAO is a chief administrative officer. What does a CAO do? The CAO is essentially the top administrator for executive responsible for the day-to-day operations of local government, nonprofit, or organization. In the city or a county, they oversee how departments run finance, HR, public works, etc., ensuring everything aligns with the mayor or council goals. In an organization or nonprofit, the CAO manages internal systems, budgeting, and staff to make sure leadership's vision gets carried out effectively. So that's what a CAO is, and that's who Vincent Rongione was, right? And he did that. Former Upper Darby CAO. Office initiatives include service access, marriage Mondays. Okay, all right. And Megan Wagner, she's a Republican. She's a trial lawyer, former Delaware County Assistant DA, and current Upper Darby Council member. Emphasizes efficient, professional office services for estates and marriages. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pick one, vote one. We have sheriff, right? Sadiq Kamara, a U.S. Army veteran, former PA Attorney General agent and police officer, community oriented safety, integrity, reform minded operations, and he's endorsed, right, by the DA, the current sheriff, and council vice chair. Okay. And then we have Robert Adams. He's Republican, Delaware County Sheriff's Office, GOP leaning message, more training, traditional law and order focus, right? You can only pick one, right? And now we're going to get to the big thing that's happening. And we're going to talk about Chester Upland School District. Now we're getting closer to home, right? We're so much worried about the county and or the state. We're focusing on home. So Delaware County, Chester, Pennsylvania. I graduated from Chester Upland School District. Let me bring it back here. Let me let you see my face. I graduated from Chester Upland School District in 1997. Um, while going to school in Chester Upland School District, there were certain deficiencies that just weren't in other high schools, right? Um, don't know who we could blame for that, right? Because at that time, it wasn't a lot of the people that are in it now weren't in it then, right? So now we've the school district is doing a great job. I want to give a huge shout out to receiver Nafis Nichols, the superintendent, and everybody at the school. What the school did in bringing people from the community back to the school to help out. That's what a school is about, right? So I'm gonna say this: I need teachers. I need teachers from our community to go to school to want to be teachers in our community. Is it hard? Yes. Is it rewarding? It can be, right? You just have to see the reward to understand the reward. There are many jobs, many things to do at the school to help the school district move forward. But we need people from the community, right? No, I believe a teacher's base salary should be $150,000, right? You should be getting paid as much as you possibly can to teach and to be here in these schools. And why that's not approved, why people fight against that, why people don't want to see it, I do not know, right? And my eyes are closed right now because I'm praying as I'm talking because I don't want to say the wrong thing, right? I'm asking for grace, right? I'm asking I'm asking for understanding. School board is a big deal. right? Yes, we're under receivership right now, and they can say that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It does matter. And we have, I personally think you can vote up to four people, right? And I know at least, I know personally, I know one, two, three, four people, and I don't know one, two, three, right? So I'm gonna talk about the four people that I know, right? Amanda Johnson, current board president, man, school district page lists her role, lists her leadership role. There's nothing else after that, right? I know Amanda. I know Amanda. We sat on, we've had major conversations talking about bringing communication to our community, right? She was one of the people that that I looked to in the beginning of me doing radio as a leader in that field, right? She has the experience to lead, to open the doors for our children, right? Khalif Pope, he is a firefighter. He is my brother. He is a man that stands up for the right reasons. Um, Christy McLaren Barnes. I know Christy. Queen Chris. What's up, Chris? I've always wanted her to run. I would rather her be on council than on the school board, but I understand, right? A teacher in the school. So she's lost so many children, right? Um, like that she had love for, that she was helping, she was teaching, she was nurturing, she was helpful. Um, so I know in this position she can hold it. Plus, it's hereditary. Her mother is sitting on the school board as well. So it's hereditary. It's in her to care about these young people. And then we have former Mayor Thaddeus Kirkland, right? And I love Thaddeus. I do. Just shit went wrong, like real wrong. But then I understand why shit went wrong, because the people before him did the exact same thing. Made sure they were good, made sure their people were good. Right? I'm about to do a whole. After I do this, I'm gonna work. I don't have my daughter today. It's her birthday, so she's with her mother. And happy birthday, Jordan. So, but I'm about to do a whole breakdown of Jack Nicrelli, right? Oh, you always compare Thaddeus to Jack Nicrelli. Jack Nicrelli went to jail for stealing and bribery and all that other stuff, but Thaddeus ain't go to jail. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. And I'm not saying that he did anything illegally. I'm just saying the way shit went down with his term and his office and the way that they were operating was kind of similar to the same ways other people were operating, right? Not knocking anything. Like I said, when I started this, I love Thaddeus. I love who he was. I love the fight that he had. I remember sitting and talking to this man. I remember having conversations with him about helping the community in my mother's house. Like it was real, right? And I didn't really pay it any mind because I didn't care at that time, right? Now I care, right? We had a conversation, went to his office and talked to him and said, pull up the radio station and give this information to your community, right? Lead with accountability and transparency, and then people will understand what the hell's going on. When you don't want to lead with transparency and accountability, then there's something that you're hiding, and I don't know what it is. And I'm not accusing him of anything because I don't have time for that. I'm not a DA. I'm not a cop. That's not my job to go looking for a reason, but for him to be on the school board piqued my interest. So I went looking. Why? Because that's what I should do. Everyone should do it, not just me. Um, the city, the charters for the charter schools, like to understand, like they're about to be up in 2026. So why does Thaddeus want to be on the school board? Now, when I mentioned Jack McCrelly, you feel me? I said that he went back to the school board. He was not elected. Jack McCrelly was never elected to the school board, but he had power, right? He was able to influence things, and we're going to talk about that, right? Because I'm going to break that down over the next couple of days, right? Who Jack McCrelly was and what he did, and how that broke and brought corruption. Even though I want to say it was past him, it was probably before him, but he was the only one that got locked up. So I'm doing my research. Trust me. And before I put it out there, I'm going to make sure it's right. Um, Personally, I said I wouldn't tell you who to vote for. I definitely would not vote for Thaddeus Kirkland. That's it, right? And it's not a personal not vote for Thaddeus Kirkland because I don't like him. I don't have a problem with the man. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't like his politics and the way he goes about doing things. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you don't like somebody's politics, you can say that shit. You should be able to say it. And if you can't say it, then you're not living in a democratic society. It's a dictatorship. You feel me? Am I scared of what I've already experienced all the things that happens when you don't agree with people. I've already had to go up to Philly to get grants and loans because nobody in Delaware County wants to give me anything because my affiliation is to no man. My affiliation is to my people. My affiliation is to make sure my people get enough from me. And if I don't have enough to give, then I will go sit in my corner and figure out another plan to get enough to feed my people, to help my people, to educate my people, to give my people experiences. This radio station is that. This radio station is that. But because I guess I came at that, because I guess I came at the way things are operated in the community. And I had a friend call me up and come to the radio station and tell me I fucked up with that. And I said, I didn't. I'm trying to let people know how they should go. Don't have a problem with Thaddeus, man. Love him like with all my heart. But if you're not right, you're not right. And we already know he's not right. So then we have Daryl Kelly, right? I don't know too much about him. Trina Johnson, profile highlights tax advocacy background, running on fiscal-minded stewardship, and Tequila Rice, limited public platform found. Listen, you pick four people. Four people. And that's why it's important to come out and vote. Because no matter what I say, he has his people that support him. He has a church. He has the people that love him unconditionally. See, I could love him, but love him with conditions on being a leader. And I know what a leader should do, right? It shouldn't be about you personally when you become a leader, right? You're standing in that spot of leadership, and I get it. The people before him did the same thing, right? Only worried about them. Only worried about them. And that's why the city is where it is now. That's why we're all surrounded by people that only care about individuals. Because whatever your leader does, you do. You feel me? If he only cares about him, I'm only going to care about me. If he only cares about his family, I'm only going to care about my family. I don't care what that does to you. I'll build something right next to yours and throw trash out in front. You feel me? I let my kids play music all night and be loud and be disrespectful. Not saying he ever did any of that stuff. I'm just saying that's what happens in the community, right? And we don't realize it because we're living. I remember being at my daughter's graduation and when they called his name, bro, the boos you heard in that room had me like, damn. Sheesh. I just want for my people to understand how important voting is. I have been convicted of doing things since 1998, and I never stopped voting. Not once. Not once. I went upstate, came home, didn't stop voting. I didn't know whether or not they were accepting my ballot or not, but I went and I voted every election. Did I vote for Thaddeus Kirkland for the mayor? Absolutely, I did. Because it was the devil I knew. Like, I didn't want the chaos. I didn't want the chaos that has ensued. Yes, he brought chaos with him, but the chaos of having a new leadership without having everyone on your team. You need a team. Thaddeus has a team, a very well oiled team. Fred Green, Team Thad. Nasir Leach, Team Thad. I get that. I understand that. I do. I get it. I do. Stephon Roots needs a team. And if we're not willing to be a part of his team and go against the old team, then, we continue to be under the leadership of the old team. Not knocking anybody. I just know what's beneficial. I see what's beneficial. No Republicans on Chester City Council. We're going to get into that. Right? And let's look at who's this. Right. School director. Amanda Johnson, Khalif Pope, Christy Barnes, Christy McLaren Barnes, or and then pick somebody else out of Daryl Kelly, Trina Johnson, or Tequila Rice. I don't know any of them. And listen, it's not that close to election to the point where y'all can't come up here and talk about what y'all plan to run with, right? Y'all can't come to the radio station and voice your opinion. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. This is what I've been about from the beginning, right? Our leadership runs on transparency and accountability. Come through, talk to us, let us know who you are, and dip out. Right, but understand this. Whatever you say you're going to do, that's what you'll be held accountable to. That's why people don't like to come up here. That's why people run from it. They don't want to say what they can do, not knowing what they can do. Most of the people that are running currently right now, this is the first time ever running for any position. The people that aren't first time running, you feel me? They have experience. They have track records, right? You can look back and see. So, I'm not knocking anybody for being a first timer. You feel me? I love first timers. I love people that are willing to put their name on the line to support their city. The people that are willing to say what they need to say to make sure their city gets what it deserves and what it needs. I have no problem with that at all. Right? So, school directory, Chester Upland. School director, Chester Upland School District, bro. Let's make sure we get out and vote. You feel me? For who we want there. And then we have no, I don't have. So we doing city council, Chester City Council next. We have two people there. Shaquan Davis. He's an incumbent city council member. City bio frames him as a community driven advocate focused on positive change in local services. Years of familial family services from his father um, to his family before was a judge. His father, Walden Davis, Judge Davis, is a judge currently. His father was my probation officer, um, and I thank him. I thank him and Judge Seaton for sending me upstate because I needed to go up there. Right, I did. I needed that, and I got it, and I ain't want no more after I got it. Right, so. Um, I don't have a problem with Shaquan Davis. I wanna give a huge shout out to Jameer Caldwell who interviewed Roland Taylor, and Roland said that he was green and that he needs to get his own independence. And I say that all the time. right? You can't be a part of a party that's all about portfolio growing if the portfolio isn't really for the city. So, um, Miss Portia West, man, Miss Portia West she's the deputy mayor, right? She has been on city council for a while. Um, would I like to see her retire? Absolutely. When she's ready. She's been on here long enough to the point where she can say when she's ready and she no longer wants to do it. I don't want to force her out. I love Miss West. I love Miss West, right? You know, but if somebody was to run against these people and take them out, then that's just how it goes. That's politics. That's politics. 101, that's politics. You need someone to run against them to knock them off. If you're not knocking them off, if you're not making them do their job a little bit better, then you get what you get. And you know what they say, you get what you get, you don't have a fit. But we'll have a fit, we'll yell, we'll fuss, we'll scream, we'll holler, and we'll tear things down. Um, and that's not good. That's really not good. So that's your ballot. But we also have something on the backside of the ballot, right? It's called judge retention, right? We want to keep these judges in office, right? So judge retention. So I know y'all can't see it, but Supreme Court retention, um, and this is important, right? Because they're talking about this, and I hear people talking about it, right? How easy it is. You can either retain them and let them stay, or not, right? It's just a yes or no. And then I don't know how that works. I should have did some more research on that, but I just wanted to go live to talk about. You feel me? Um, the election. Superior Court retention and Delaware County Court of Common Pleas retention election question. So Dominic Pileggi's name is on here. Anthony Scanlon name is on here. Um, and so it's important for you to pick whether or not. So just come out and vote, man. November 4th, come out and vote. I'm gonna do some work in the background to see if I can get some people to come up here that's on the ballot and come up here to talk about what they're offering. Um, and this is just the beginning, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You know, I've been trying not to do this, right? I've been trying to, I don't know, find myself, right? It's hard. But it's important to get this information out. Shout out to Jameer, you feel me? Everything that he's doing, Jameer Caldwell. I just wanted to I just wanted to clarify some things, right? Do I think Amanda uh, is a bad person? No. Amanda is not a bad person. Amanda is a giving person. You know, she's a Chester High cheerleader. Sometimes when you're in a position to protect, you have to protect, and that's the position she was in. Right? She's doing good work right now at her job, and just trying to get the information out there to the people. Right? How hard is that? It's hard, right? Because everybody doesn't respect you when you're trying to get the information out there. But they want it, but it's hard to respect you. So, um, yeah, I don't really know. I got a couple people in mind. Recycling is a good thing. Rich, I guess. Um, so, retain the judges that we currently have, and we'll get new judges. I don't see judges aren't allowed to be Democratic or Republican, right? They shouldn't be, right? They should be fair, no side, right? But they are on the side because they vote in real life, right? So I think sometimes that make that clear, right? Why can't they be Republican or Democrat? Explain that to me. Um, I don't want to make this about one person. It's not. So act like that name doesn't exist. I wish him all the best in his retirement. I want him to go and have fun, travel with his family, hang out with his dog, do all that good stuff. But I didn't get on here to talk about him. I got on here to talk about all the candidates and everybody that I know personally and everybody that, I might vote for. Um, Not telling you to vote for anybody, right? That's not what I'm doing. But do your research, understand who's running, understand what they want, understand what they do. I'm gonna do my research so I can have a more in-depth conversation with you about our former mayor Jack Nicrelli, right? And why he began the corrupt way, or he might have been in the middle of it. Who knows? But this is what happens when you go do the research, right? When you don't take my word for it and you go look it up yourself. You feel me? Yeah. So they try to say he was Democrat. They say he was Republican. I thought he was Republican. Like I'm just getting different reports back. So got to go do that research, man. Homecoming. I want everybody to have a great, safe homecoming. Brothers, if you get into an argument, if you get to fussing, if you find out your girl is messing with somebody else, let it go. There's other females out here. Don't get mad. Don't pull out no gun. Don't shoot anybody. Don't get upset. You feel me? Like, let it go. Like, cause it's nothing like doing that, and then now you stuck. And let's not get too drunk. Let's be careful in the cars. Let's be mindful that homecoming is about the football game. Let's be mindful that homecoming is about Chester High. Let's be mindful that there are not a lot of alumni from Chester High that are not black that give back to the city or the school district. So buy a ticket to the game, even if you're not going. Buy a ticket to the game, even if you're not going. Support. These aren't $500, $600 tickets. Buy a ticket to the game, even if you're not going to the game. Support the Chester High Clippers. Support Chester High. Support your class. Give money back. It's money. Money is the biggest thing, right? I wish it wasn't, right? I wish we could barter. I could grow tomatoes and somebody grow onions and somebody grow cucumbers and we can trade like that. But we understand you can't get anything without paying for something. All right? So, CMPRadio.net, man. This was the Cultivating Mature Positivity podcast, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you ever have anything that you want to talk about, you feel me? Come up here. Come bring it to the radio station. Like grow. Like let people know how you feel. I don't know who's viewing right now, but I'm super proud of everyone and everybody's movement. Keep doing it. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Again, like these things that need to be changed from within. You feel me? And sometimes you gotta push it out. Yeah. CMPRadio.net, man. It's Uncle P. Have a good, what's today? Wednesday? Have a great Wednesday. Right? Get some love to somebody. Help somebody. Do something. Right? Peace.